To act or not to act? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to just let things happen like whatever, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, or, if not arms, then at least take significant steps towards a resolution in which all countries agree to binding limits on carbon emissions. To change, to sacrifice a little. It's like sleep no more. I mean, come on, we're like the most adaptable species on Earth. We could sacrifice in our sleep. We could change our ways in a minute and not even skip a beat. We're built for it. Just check us out when there's a big disaster. Well, we roll up our sleeves, start helping our neighbors, who chances are we've never even met before, but all the same we get into this whole selfless, heroic thing that makes us do good things and feel good while we're doing them, and we all feel part of something larger than ourselves, and we all get through it somehow, together. Why don't we do that to stop this climate change business that's hanging over our heads? That's how we end the heartache and the 1,000 unnatural shocks that we'll be heir to if we don't get our act together. 'Tis a consummation of our collective potential, devoutly to be wished. To sacrifice, to change our lifestyles. Nothing to it, come on, people. Oh, but there's a rub. There's a rub. There's always a rub. Let's not forget, we're humans. We're always messing things up, and now we're messing things up at a whole new scale of mess-uppiness. We're off the charts with this one. And you know why? It's because we overthink things. We think of all the bad things that could happen if we do anything different at all. This could happen, that could happen. Oh no, better not do anything different at all, because you just know somebody's going to get blamed if we try something new and it doesn't work. You know why we're so great in big disasters? So brave, so generous? It's because those are the times when things couldn't be any worse. And so anything we do will be an improvement. Disaster frees us to finally act. I think that's what we're waiting for with this climate change thing. We're waiting until things get so bad that we finally feel that there's no risk in taking action. But it doesn't work that way. Earth doesn't work that way. That's why calamity is of so long life. And I tell you, once the climate really changes, the whips and scorns of time are going to kick in big time. The droughts that don't end, the heat waves that go on for weeks, the ocean waves lapping at our porches, the human waves of refugees arriving in boatloads, camping outside of town, knocking on our doors. Take us in, they say, in some language we've never heard before. Your high-carbon lifestyle kicked us out of where we used to live. With all those waves lapping at our shores, we can wave a stable lifestyle goodbye. Who would these fardels bear if you know what Shakespeare's talking about? To grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of what might happen if we dare to change the way we live puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we know are coming than fly to others we know not of. Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pitch and moment with this regard their currents turn awry and lose the name of action. Soft you now, the fair earth, nymph in thy sweet orbit, be all our sins remembered.